The 25th anniversary edition of the Santos Tour Down Under was always set to be a special one. A new hill had been found in the shape of Notts Hill and used for stage 3, and a return was set for the Adelaide city centre criterium, something that hadn't happened since 2018 when Andre Greipel rocketed to his win. 90 kilometres awaited the rider, so technically not really a criterium, but a circuit race which would take in 20 laps of 4.5 kilometres going northward of the River Torrens, right in the middle of Adelaide city centre, around the Adelaide Oval, touching the edge of the zoo, back along the north of the river and finishing along King William Road where it had started. There would be 2 intermediate sprint points and 2 mountains points. Sir Mark Cavendish got them started, the greatest road sprinter of all time, firing his gun, and we expected a sprint finish. First of those to attack, in fact, was Fergus Browning, the winner of the King of the Mountains jersey. All he needed to do was finish to bring that FX Dotty KOM jersey home. Well, he couldn't quite make his breakaway stick, but others could, and the first of those to give it a go to get out there was Casper Pedersen. Wasn't too long before he was joined by Kelland O'Brien and Damien Howson. Howson, a respected climber, choosing the flat circuit race, or almost flat circuit race, to get up the road. Talking of getting up the road, they would effect themselves with about a 15 to 30 second lead for quite a long time. It was the team of the race leader, UAE Team Emirates, looking after, of course, the leader overall, Jonathan Narvaez, after his win on top of Willunga Hill yesterday. Damien Howson choosing the slight rises on the climb to win some King of the Mountains points, but it wouldn't be too long before the breakaway was being in the sights of the peloton. Ineos Grenadiers seeing what they could do. The last of those to survive out there was the first man to attack. Casper Pedersen, the Dane for Soudal-QuickStep, eventually caught, but with only 2.5k to go. He survived into the final lap. Lewis Askey leading in, but unfortunately crashing in one of the last corners on the final lap as well. It looked as if Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe had good numbers in what was effectively a detached leading group in the end. Most of the big names there. Brian Cockard having chosen the back wheel of Sam Welsford. Let's not forget Welsford on 2 stage wins already in this race. It would be Danny Van Poppel, of course it was, leading into the final cornering and doing his final lead out. In the end, Welsford and Cockard detached from the rest as well. Cockard trying to stick onto the back wheel of Welsford. Welsford open for the line as well. Looking like Cockard could come round him, but he couldn't. Sam Welsford getting exactly what he did last year. 3 stage wins and proving himself the best sprinter in that blue Zip Track Sprints jersey as well. Cockard was close. Phil Bauhaus was closing. And there's the result. Sam Welsford the winner ahead of Brian Cockard. Phil Bauhaus in third, Rui Oliveira, given some freedom, the UAE Team Emirates man, to sprint for himself on the final day. And what a final day it was. Over 31 degrees, the temperature, a massive crowd out in the centre of Adelaide, and a real celebration of a man who was second 1 year ago, Jonathan Narvaez. This year, top spot for him. Javier Romo with a brilliant performance, wearing the jersey for a couple of days too, and winning a stage in Uredla. We'll remember that performance for the rest of the season. Where will Johnny Narvaez's classic season take him this spring? It's certainly been a very, very good start. King of the Mountains went to Fergus Browning, as it had done all race. A dominant performance and a worthy win for the young Australian ahead of Mauro Schmidt and Johnny Narvaez. There he was in that FX King of the Mountains jersey. Of course, the Zip Track Sprints classification went to Sam Welsford, the best sprinter in the race. There can be no argument about that, with his 3 stage wins. Brian Cockard with a stage win himself in second. And the stage winners' prizes for Sam Welsford, starting the race as he'd begun it back in Gumaraka. Best young rider was Albert Philipsen, the youngest rider in the race, appropriately, just 18 years of age. The Dane riding for the dominant Lidl-Trek team, who were also the best team in the race. There were the jerseys on the podium in the centre of Adelaide, and there was confirmation that Lidl-Trek were also the best placed team overall. What a fantastic 6 days of racing in the 25th edition of the Santos Tour Down Under. Don't forget, if you go back on Discovery Plus, you can watch every single stage live and in its entirety, with all the commentary from me, Jez Cox and Adam Blythe. It's been a cracking week. Thank you for joining us for all of it.